Again, this lectures cover the basic concept in C++ programming language, and we are going to cover some few terminologies and definitions in computer programming. So a computer is a programmable machine designed to follow instructions. Program is an instruction in computer memory to make it do something. So normally in a computer system, we need the computer hardware and also the program. The program will be the instructions that tells the computer to perform a specific task. So first we need to design an algorithm, and we can, again, from the algorithm, use any programming language such as C++, which we are going to cover in this course, or Java, etc., to write the program. So next definition is a programmer. So a programmer will be the person who writes instructions to make computer perform a task. So again, without programmers, no programs. Also, without programs, a computer cannot do anything. So next we cover the computer systems. As we said earlier, computer system consists of two main items. One is the hardware component, and the second is the software. Normally, the software will be the programs that we write. And normally, a software, we have two types. We have system software that normally, again, interact with the computer hardware instruction. Then we have application software that normally perform a specific task. Example would be Microsoft Word. We can use it to create a resume, etc. So first, let's go through the main computer hardware components. We have the central processing unit. The central processing unit, we will say, is the brain of the computer. That's the computer that performs mostly the arithmetic and also the logic operations. So central processing unit have several components such as arithmetic and logic unit, control unit. We also have a program counter. Normally, a program counter will point to the next instruction that need to be executed. Then also we have the main memory. This is where we normally do our work. So anytime we start our computer, the operating system is loaded to the main memory. Anytime we open any application, any software, is again loaded to the main memory. Then we have the secondary memory storage. So the main memory, we will say, is volatile. When the computer is on, data will be stored. When the computer go off, the data will be deleted. So the secondary memory, such as storage devices, allow us to save our data permanently. Example can be the flash drive, our so many types of CD, etc. Then we also have input devices. That's any device that make it possible for us to enter data into our computer. So example would be a keyboard, and the mouse is an input device. Even a microphone is an input device. And we can input an audio data. Then we also have the output device to display our results, such as printer and monitor. So these are all the main components. We have the input devices such as keyboard. Scanner also can be an input device because we can scan a document into the computer. And as we said earlier, microphone, etc. Camera also can be an input device. Then the output device can be a monitor, printer, or speakers. So microphone allows us to input an audio message. Now, when we want to output an audio message, we use a speaker. So speaker will be an output device. Then the central processing unit, which does most of all the operations. And also we have the secondary storage device, in this case, such as the hard drive, the flash drive, etc. So we say the central processing unit comprises of a control unit. A control unit normally retrieves and decodes the program instructions. Also is the coordinator. So it coordinates activities of all other parts of the computer. It makes sure that there will be no data overflow or data underflow. For example, the CPU have a special memory called a register. If the register size is, let's say, 1 megabyte, control unit to make sure that we don't have more than that size of data. Also, we have the arithmetic and logic unit. This is the hardware that does most of all the possible arithmetic operation. Normally, logical operations can be true, false, yes, no decisions, Boolean. So this is the CPU organization. We have arithmetic and also the logic unit, control unit. Normally, there are so many. This is the two major components. But as we said earlier, central processing unit have a special memory called a register. They also have a program counter, which is also a register, but program counter normally will point to the next instruction that need to be executed. So we have input instructions and output also. Now, next is the main memory. As we said earlier, main memory is volatile, which means when the power goes off, all the data is lost. Also called a random access memory. It's organized as following a bit. A bit will be the smallest piece of data, or in this case, memory. Example will be 0 for off, 1 for on or true, or 0 also can be for false. Now, normally data is stored, one single data or symbol is stored in 8 bits, and normally 8 bits represent byte. So normally we can see that a data unit, for example, if I'm going to buy a flash drive, I may say I need a 1 gigabyte, which means it can take 1 billion, or it can store 1 billion symbol, characters, etc. So a byte represents 8 bits, and that represents 1 unit of data. Addresses, here we say each byte in memory is identified by a unique number known as an address. So a memory consists of something we may call the cells, a small boxes, and each box has its own unique address. So we can see example given here. And also we have the secondary storage, which is non-volatile. So in the secondary storage, such as CD-ROM, DVD, Blu-ray, flash drive, we can store data for permanent, whether the power is on and off, data is still stored. Then we have the input device. These are the devices that make it possible for us to input the data into the computer system. So example would be keyboard, the mouse, touch screen, scanner, digital camera, etc. So normally we can also give the definition for computer is any electronic machine or device that have an input device, which means we can input data such as our smartphone using the touch screen. And also it can be able to display information, which will be our output device. And also it can be able to process data, which can be the CPU, and also store data that is being processed, memory, etc. Then we can say that device is a computer. So a computer must have an input device, must also have output device, etc. So the next section is the software programs. Now, normally we say software are the program that run on a computer. We have two major categories of software, the system software and also application software. System software normally are programs that manage the computer hardware. I would say interact with the computer hardware, and also programs that run on them. Example would be an operating system, utility programs such as antivirus software, etc. Also, we have application software. Normally, it's any software that performs a specific task, So a computer game is an application software. Microsoft Word, Excel, database system, they are all application software. So here with application software is programs that provide services to the user. As we said, example can be word processing for creating a resume, games, programs to solve a specific problems. So that will be the conclusion of this. Again, this is our first lecture in C++. So far, we haven't covered anything yet about C++. Here, we just want to understand the basic concept of a computer system, mostly the terminology and definition. So see you in the next class. Thank you.